Alright, I wanted to go over real quick how to adjust the additional color options you have with the theme and how to adjust the widths of the columns if you want to adjust that. So let's dive right in. Alright, so the first thing is how to get additional color options if you want to change, the entire body font, etc. And that is done in the style.css file. So if we open it right up, you'll notice a table of contents, and number 3 is additional color options. And if we go down to that, you'll see a big block of code, and it gives you a whole bunch of options. You can adjust the heading color, the heading link color. All of that stuff is controlled right there in the additional color adjustments block of code. And I just broke it out so you had a quick and easy spot to make some more additional color options. And if you notice, in the right below it is 04 dark color scheme, and that's the same thing for the dark color scheme. So if you wanted to adjust the dark color schemes, heading, colors, and etc., it's done right there, and that's done in the style.css file. So we are done with how to do the additional color scheme adjustments. Now let's start adjusting the column widths. That is done in the style adjustments.css file, and so if we open that up, it is at the bottom. It's the last one, and we're going to do it line by line because it's a little confusing if you do it otherwise. So the top line controls the announcement bar and the footer width. So let's go ahead and we'll add a whole bunch of pixels. We'll add like 150 pixels or so. Let's make it 965 width, just to make it really dramatic. As you can see now, it's sticking out pretty far. We made it pretty wide in the footer and in the announcement bar. And that's what the first setting does. If you ever wanted to adjust that, it's right there. And then these next two lines are the widths of the navigation, the left container and the right container. It's pretty simple. Oh, sorry, I zoomed in. And so if you wanted to adjust those, you can do so. So this right container is 500 pixels wide, and then this left container is 292 pixels wide, or sorry, 260 pixels wide. And there's a bit of a trick with these, in that there's 3200 pixels of padding. I added a little note. So right now the number is 532 pixels, for example, for the content, and the actual width is actually 500. So if we added like 100 pixels, let's make it 632. The actual width is 600 pixels. So let's actually save that, and we'll refresh our page, and it'll actually mess up our page, and I'll explain why. You'll notice that we can't see the column anymore. It's because it jumped down below our page. And you'll notice that it's a lot wider. It's our 600 pixels now, and you'll have to resize the images if you would like that excuse me, to fit. And the reason it went down the column is because this last line of code. And this last line of code is the container that contains them. And since we added 100 pixels to our bar, we'll want to add 100 pixels to the container. So we'll make it from 890 to 990. And that just contains everything. And then it should, it'll bring everything back up. And that's all that there is to adjusting the column width if you wanted to adjust either one. And the same thing works for the sidebar.